Orcus Divine Prosecution requires strong-minded assistance.
This one fails to understand. One must pay a fee for unloading boxes?
A levy is imposed on any shipments that are due for commercial resale, yes. As designated by the proclamation of the Proxy Queen.
And yet this one does not see high elf merchants paying such tithes.
The tariff is waived in the cases of vendors who have regularly traded in Alinor for decades.
Hello. Well met, friend.
Pardon, Shisori, but have we met before?
Hello. Well met, friend.
Pardon, Shisori, but have we met before?
You would challenge me to a duel? How droll. But then how can we have a proper contest? You don't even know the Ultima code of dueling, do you? Learn the rules and challenge me properly. Then I'll teach you some manners.
That gutless High Elf Lyrindel thinks he can call me a pig-faced brute and walk away. I'm gonna knock that loose tongue right out of the back of his head. Just watch me. By Moloch, these Alinor pigs really twist my tusks. Because I'm not an idiot. Guards see an orc thumping the ears off an elf in the middle of the street. You know how that turns out. Thought if I challenged him to a duel, we could make it legal. But he won't fight unless I challenge him properly. How in oblivion would I know? These elves have rules for everything. How to eat, how to sleep. Of course they've got rules about how to beat each other up. Say, you wouldn't be interested in helping me figure this out, would you? I appreciate the help. Trust me, this is a noble cause. First things first, you'll need to track Lyrindel down and find out how to get this nonsense started. I'd ask him myself, but the urge to punch him might be too much for me. Ah, you know how it is. Orc in a town full of stuck-up Altmer. Same old story. I was in the tavern, washing down a lamb shank with a bottle of wine, minding my own business. Then along comes this beanpole telling me I've got to leave. Why do you think? This island's full of orc haters. Only thing they hate worse than orcs walking the streets is orcs drinking their wine. Lyrindel told me I was stinking up the place, so I told him to yank the stick out of his arse and shove off. He laid into me with everything he had. Tongue-lashing me about my tusks, my clothes, my beard. And that's the one that really got my dander up. I put a lot of work into this beard. He ended the whole thing with pig face. Pig face! Damn right! I've been on the receiving end of that one too many times. So now he's going to learn a lesson. Are you kidding me? I could clobber that arse-face blindfolded. I'm not one for boast, but since you asked, I'm a 5-time blood-brawling champion. In the Rothgar League, mind you. Used to call me Rogazog the Face Demolisher. Yeah, because I, demolish faces. Doesn't really roll off the tongue, does it? I always wanted a really sharp moniker, like the Hatchet or Fist of Malakath or something like that. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, that elf's in big trouble. I've been asking myself the same thing ever since I stepped off the boat. Thought maybe I'd have a look around, take in the sights. My Aunt Lazbesh used to tell me stories about this place, see? Tales about glass trees and crystal towers and magic ale. Yeah, it's supposed to put your arse over flagging with a single sip. No self-respecting orc would pass up a challenge like that. Unfortunately, I haven't found any magic drinks. Just fancy wine and prissy elves. I don't know why I listened to my aunt. When I was a pup, she got her head stuck in a bucket. Couldn't get it off for a night and a day. So, yeah, Smart Gold says she was making it up. Then again, I'm here on her advice, so who's a real idiot?
Fairly met, Neberar. To what do I owe this profound pleasure? Oh, for Stendar's sake, that business. I won't apologize for speaking the truth. That orc is an uncivilized, gloveless buffoon. I'd sooner duel a frog or a tea kettle. But if he insists on facing me, he'll need to learn our dueling customs. I suggest he read our guide to Altmeri culture. He can read, can't he? There's a copy just there on the table. If he meets the preconditions and notifies my second Fandalol, I promise to duel that filthy Glenant at the determined place and time.
Back so soon? He blew you off, didn't he? Oh, what I wouldn't give to knock that smug grin off his face. Let me see. Looks like I need a second. An Altmer dueling foil and Lyrandel's full name to recite before the duel. Want to be my second? It'll be worth your time, trust me. I'm going to lay that elf out like a cheap rug. What do you say? You can pick up an elven dueling foil in town. As for Lyrandel's name, he wouldn't shut up about it. Started with Rumelon, I think. It should be chiseled somewhere in the runes of Torheimkard. Arrange the duel with Fandalal and we'll be all set. I'm going to find a good spot near the runes just west of here for our duel. It's the guards, see? Duels are acceptable between high elves, but when an orc's involved, might make them grumpy enough to step in and stop it. And we can't let that happen.
Greetings, Walker. How good it is to see a fellow newcomer. This one grows tired of serving these dungy high elves. Unclawed dandies make my tail bristle. But my words wander. What can Nadoni do for you? Dueling sword. Yes, a fine selection. This one has just the thing. A needle-sharp blade wrought from the finest glass. I took it from the lord of this house. Do not judge, it pays me. Nothing fair is fair, yes? It can be yours for the right price. You drive a hard bargain, Walker. But this one is feeling charitable today. Take this blade with Nadani's compliments and good luck with your duel.
Hello. Well met, friend.
So much to do. So much to do.
Fairly met, newcomer. Wait. You're the one who was harassing Lyrindel earlier. I presume you've come to talk about this business with the Orc. The ruins, eh? A good enough place as any to put that witless oaf in his place. You do know that Lyrindel has fought and won some 80 duels, don't you? No matter. Lyrindel grudgingly accepts this challenge. We shall meet you near the ruins.
There's my favorite second. Feels like I've been warming these knuckles up for hours. So, what's the story? That scrawny prig accept my challenge? Just look at this sword. I couldn't kill a squirrel with this thing. And this is a name? Looks like somebody's grocery list. Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll improvise.
I formally present Lyrindel, cherished son of the Nevulurel, to accept the Orc Rogazog's challenge. So, ready to watch Lyrindel skewer your friend? Skewer may be too harsh a word. We're only fighting to first blood, of course. But then again, accidents do happen. And to whom do you issue this challenge? I'm afraid you'll have to be more specific. Go on. Go on. Ah, There we are. Was that really so hard? Lyrandel accepts Rogazog's challenge and stands ready to fight. I trust your thick-headed friend is duly prepared.
Let's get this over with, shall we?
Yeah, let's do that. Come here, fancy pants. Ha! By Malakat, that felt good! You know, I never punched a high elf before. Felt like punching a pillowcase full of pudding. Almost feel bad for the little runt. Almost. Yeah, normally I'd put on a show, but this was personal. Honestly, I took it easy on him. If I'd really poured it on, he'd be breathing through his ear hole. Anyway, thanks for all the help. You ever need somebody knocked out, you let me know, huh?
What? I've got every... Stop this instant!
That's right. All match, Mark.
Notade, Dekepa, Jejota. Notade, Denis, Jejota.
What? I've got...
Notade, Deteri, Ta. Notade, Mako, Ta. Notade, Makoma, Ta.
That's right.
lesson you best heed.
Oh, put the book away, Paradon. You're sucking the fun out of this whole affair.
If we were hunting wine instead of Indrix, our hunt would be the stuff of legend.
was it today that you would arrive? Well, certainly seems like it. Welcome, welcome. I expected you would come, though perhaps not quite so soon. You're here about the missing relics, of course. Well, yes, why wouldn't I want to talk to you? I've been waiting for your arrival. You see, this happens to be the Vault of Moawita, where the Psijic Order keeps its most cursed relics. It's a tad bit emptier than usual, though. We've had a break-in. Exactly so. And you'll be the one to help us collect them again. Hopefully before anyone comes to harm. Why, these items could cause all sorts of mischief. First, though, let's have you read the Psijic Codex. That should help bring you up to speed. The Psijic Order doesn't interfere with much outside of Artaeum, I'm afraid, and the relics have already found their way to Somerset. The items are hidden, of course, but the Codex should point you in the right direction. I believe they're called Dead Drops, a location where one may place an item for another to pick up without raising suspicion. Our thief has hidden all of the relics for that express purpose. Of course, you'll be the one to pick them up now. All ready to head out then on your big adventure? Ah, sorry about that. Location magic isn't always what one would call precise. I can tell you that all these locations are somewhere within Somerset. That should hopefully narrow your search. Well, they're certainly dangerous. I wouldn't suggest touching any of them directly. Their side effects vary, but none are very pleasant, to say the least. Misery, insanity, incessant lute playing, that sort of thing. It's much worse than it sounds, trust me. If you're still curious, I've collected research about each relic. Just read the scrolls placed before their display case. That should give you a good idea about their abilities. Exactly. You'll just need to find the properly labeled display case in the Vault of Moawita and place the relic within it. That should help safely bind its curse. Well, it looks like you're all set. And here's a little something for your trouble. Now that you're all set for the journey, feel free to ask me any questions you'd like. I've never been one to ignore a healthy curiosity. Oh, most certainly. The Relic Master of the Psijic Order, which has been me for quite some time, is in charge of collecting, researching, and maintaining relics of interest to the Order. Each of these relics tend to stand out in some way. Generally, they're items too powerful for the Order to allow their misuse. Other times, they're just mysterious and in need of research. Naturally, those are my favorite. Each relic is, of course, sealed and carefully maintained as a precaution. Why, all sorts of things. I can't even begin to list the effects our relics might have on the balance of Nirn, should their power go unchecked. Not that we'd even let that happen, of course. They're carefully locked away expressly for that reason. Ah, you're able to get right to the heart of the matter, aren't you? The most aggravating part is, well, we saw it coming. Our order sees most important things in a fashion. Sadly, in this case, we were powerless to stop it. I'm afraid not. Whenever we try to envision the occurrence, or even who the thief is, all we see are shadows. The work of a dark magic, most certainly. I'd have been far more worried if I hadn't already known of your timely intervention. Those who employ such dark magic, well, they don't tend to maintain control for very long. Power always has its price, and I suspect our little thief will have quite the hefty payment. For now, I'll go about my duties as I always have.
Hail, mighty warrior! Hail, weary traveler! Seek ye the torchlit halls of Sovngarde? You will not find them here, alas! Naught but puny elves and snow-backed wizards dwell in this place. I am bound for the Whalebone Bridge, and soon's mighty challenge. Join me! Confused? Bah! You sound like that scrawny mage Erudil. My course is plain. I must make my way to the dwelling place of my honored ancestors, to bathe my beard in mead and sing the shield-pain song of battle. Make way, or taste sky-forged steel! You would have words with that thin-legged sorcerer? Fine! You will find him in the courtyard of the gaudy elf hall up the hill. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an adventure to return to.
Attention! Class is now in session.
What are you doing? Stop this nonsense right now. Unbelievable. Eye of Magnus, another one. That's a very convincing costume. What are you supposed to be? Some gallant hero? Trinimac in disguise? Wait, you're not one of my classmates. You really are a hero, aren't you? Thank Auriel. I need your help. I may have unleashed a powerful enchantment on the Academy, quite by accident, mind you. There's this book, you see, The Illuminous. I stole just the briefest of peeks. Barely even a peek, honestly. More like a fleeting glimpse. It drove my classmates mad. They were all quite sane before, but now they seem possessed by characters from novels and storybooks. They're snorting like pigs, running from cats. It's lunacy. I have some ideas on how to fix this, but I need help. When I opened the book, The Illuminous, there was a great flash of light and a low growl. Or maybe a yawn. Like some great beast just woke from a deep sleep. Originally, it was full of dense text. Now, just see for yourself. I set it down over there. You see? It's empty. It's as if the words just scampered off the page. I thought maybe the enchantment rendered the words invisible, so I tried to recover them. I used gazing lenses, Welkind revelation stones, even a bit of lemon juice. Nothing. I'm not sure. I certainly hope not. The words could be dancing around in oblivion for all I know. We should focus on the enchantment itself. If we manage to loosen its grip on some of my friends, they might be able to provide some clues.
Erudiel? Oh, what are you still doing here?
Glardir, where in Tamriel have you been?
I told you before, Glardir's gone. Look, you're so plain, Erudiel. So boring.
Well, there's no need for that. I know she doesn't seem the part, but Glardir's my best friend. She was with me when I opened the Illuminous, and now she's... well, frankly, I don't know what she is. Executing this plan is going to be harder than I thought. Right. Sorry. As far as I can tell, everyone thinks they're a character from some book or another. If we can figure out what persona they've taken on, we can trick them into doing something out of character. Maybe. It's a start. You can't expect me to know everything. It's only my 14th year, for Mara's sake. I'll start with Glardir, though I must admit, I have no idea what character she's channeling. You should find some of the others. I think I saw Pavo over by the east wall. He was scrounging around on the ground. Tanelwyn was in the lecture garden. Looked like she was interrogating someone. And I heard Selinia yelling from up on the wall. Make sure she doesn't slip. Would you believe idle curiosity? No? Fine. I borrowed it from the librarian, Camle Hall, to impress Glardir. The, Library of Shrieking Terror. Borrowed? I was going to put it back. Honestly, I don't even know why we have a Library of Shrieking Terror. This is a school, for Ariel's sake. I just wanted to impress Glardir. I thought that if I showed her the book, she'd think more of me. Where do you think? Fumbling around like the rest of my classmates. I ran straight to the headmaster when I realized what had happened. But when I got there, I found him standing on his desk, swinging a broom around like an orcish cleaver. I've been asking myself the same thing. Truthfully, I'm totally unremarkable. Everyone says so. I can't imagine that I have some special quality that rendered me immune. I suppose it's possible. My mother always said I was special. I've always been very good with jigsaw puzzles, paper folding too. Do you think that could have something to do with it? Remarkable! Everyone always says I'm so dull, but you see, I've got hidden depths. Yes, of course. Goodness, we've barely even had a chance to speak about it. This is the Illumination Academy, a home for verse, prose, and near-forgotten songs. Our libraries contain all the tales of Somerset. We're caretakers, you might say. Don't be crude. We don't just organize the tales. We study and transcribe them, breathing new life into old stories, songs, plays, novels. We cherish them all. Of course, my classmates are cherishing them a little too much right now. I focus on lesser-known works, plays mostly. The works of Toldenderil, for instance. They're pretty dense, lots of hidden narrative, rich subtext, you know. People tend to avoid Toldenderil's work. They think it's... I was going to say dry, but yes, boring. They don't know what they're missing. Tales of adventure and follies are fine, but if you really want to get to the heart of the Altmer condition, you won't find better than Toldenderil.
Please, won't you help a poor soul like me? Please, my lady, spare a coin for a wretched beggar. Oh, but I am wretched. Don't you see my filthy fingernails? My oozing sores? I am a victim, it's true, but not of an enchantment. No, I suffer a terrible curse. Do not ask me my name. I have none. All I have is a tale of pride and sorrow. I haven't the heart to speak it aloud. Some cruel scribe committed my woes to paper, but I can't bear to read them. This is no mere fable. It is my life. Read it, if you must. Just please, spare me the pain of hearing it. Have you come for another look at nameless sorrow? Look, then. Weedle. A name that breaks even the hardest hearts. Most people don't notice us lowly beggars, let alone learn our names. I thank you for that. But names cannot fill an empty belly. Please, mercy, spare a coin. What? No, you can't do that. No mortal can see my wretched state and not be moved to pity. Unless you aren't mortal. It's you, isn't it? Blessed Namira. You've come back to free me from my torment. Oh, great Namira. Sweet prince of decay. I thought I'd never see you again. Please, free me from your gifts. I can't bear them any longer. You must be. Only Namira can withstand the power of my suffering. I beg you, restore me to my former self. I wish to be the beggar prince no longer. Undo what has been done, I beg you. Yes, I feel not much different, actually. What is going on? This is confusing. That was it? I don't feel cured at all. I feel the same. I'm confused. No, you must be wrong. Look! I'm covered in rags and sores. Just look at me. Look! Oh. Wait, what am I doing? Who are you? Erudiel. Yes, I remember. My frumpy, boring friend. I should find him. Maybe I can help.
There you are. I have wonderful news. Maybe. The book, it changed. I was examining the book again, trying to see if there was anything I missed. Then, lines of text started appearing on the page right before my eyes. I know. He just returned. How did you manage it? Well, that's oddly specific, but I'm glad my plan worked. It can't be a coincidence. That must be what affected the Illuminus. Just take a look. Just have a look at the book. Whatever's taken hold of Gladir is clearly not pleased. I hate to cause her more distress, but I think we should keep freeing my friends. You saved Pavo! Well done! You should find the others. Perhaps you could help Tenelwyn next. She was interrogating 2 of my fellow students in the lecture garden.
What is that approaching? Some strange sea beast. Prepare to be boarded, mates.
One of you is the thief. I'll crack this case yet. Careful there, friend. There's a thief about. One of these 2 scamps is the criminal mastermind behind a half-baked plot to steal a pie. My pie, in fact. Cut down in its crispy, gooey prime while my back was turned. Oh, goodness, no! Sure you recognize the most clever and curvaceous investigator in Tamriel. Clearly you need to read up on my escapades. Some clever writers committed a few to paper. Should be a copy around here somewhere.